Welcome back to 3D Print Lab. I'm your host as all from KippurCatArts. Today we will be printing the GDI Refinery from Command & Conquer 3. First phase, location. This is the refinery from Command & Conquer 3 that we're going to be printing. Phase 2 is extraction. We're going to open up an extraction program that will get into the .big files, and then use CNC archive extractor to get it out, and now formation. We're going to bring it into 3ds Max 2009 because 3ds Max 2009 is the only one that will open the .w3dm format, or .3x W3x format that the files are in. I'm going to try a later version of Max. It didn't work. First thing we're going to do is chop off any geometry that's below the rest of the geometry. Not going to be needing it. We also took off, it's pretty quick, but we also took off the antennas because they won't print ever. Now we're going to bring it into Mesh Mixer, and we're going to go ahead and start putting on our manual support. And we're just going to make sure that we do support everything in order for it to print correctly. Just going to make these trees and make sure they're interconnected, because if they do not have interconnections, they're just going to break during printing. So really need to get a fine line between too much support and not enough. There really is a fine line there. Too much, it's too hard to de-rig, and you end up snapping the whole damn thing. Too little, it doesn't print right, and it's just a big ball of mess. So you really want to go for that cold, that normal temperature porridge, or the just right soft bed, or the 3 Little Red Riding Hood. Go for the intermediate here. We'll bring it into Makerware, and we're going to slice it off, see if we like what we see. So it looks pretty good, except for I did notice that we're going to bring it back into 3ds Max. We're going to add some geometry. I'm going to try screwing the geometry. So we're just going to add some little boxes to attach these little Tiberium tubes to the rest of the refinery. If I don't do this, then as soon as I print it and de-rig it, those will just all fall off and be randomly on my desk and then in the trash. But make sure they are attached, and then also make some attaching geometry to attach it, the station to the main kettle thing. I don't know, whatever it's called. Place where they dump everything. And here it is. Now you can see that those are going to be attached. Now we're going to do production. This took 3 hours and 2 minutes and consumed 57 grams of my yellow translucent PLA. And you can see it printing off here. Pretty slow at the start, but then once it gets past those bigger parts, it starts going faster. And then once it gets to the smokestacks, it goes really fast. There's in the build plate. And now we're going to do de-rigging. It took quite a while to de-rig this, but I just took my time so that I wouldn't break it. Just making sure to get the raft off first. Taking my spatula underneath everything. Getting it off the raft. Making sure not to break anything. Otherwise, why print stuff if you're going to break it. And there's one little part still stuck. Stuck on that left side. And there we go, we got the raft off. Now we're just going to take all the supports off. So we can snap them off. Actually easier to snap them about midway, and then the raft supporting them will come off as well. There it is, de-rigged. Here's a nice macro lens HD capture of it. Here's the bottom, if you ever want to see the bottom of the refinery. And here's from behind. And I figured I'd stick the bolo on there and have a zergling crawling over it. Anyway, that's the GDI Refinery, copyright of EA Games. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave a like, comment, share it with all your Command & Conquer people, whatever you gotta do. If you haven't seen it yet, please go watch the introduction. The last episode was the Armadale Godsword from RuneScape. There's a Cybran turret, which is pretty good, and then there's the Empire of Two Towers, which is also pretty awesome. See you next time.